Welcome, my friends. Welcome to a special live stream tonight that we are doing. So this particular live stream, I'm going to be doing something that I need to get accomplished and need to get done. And I felt that the best way to do this would be to show you guys kind of the process that I do when I'm going through and I am editing, let's say a full playthrough of something that I need to put together. Hi, baby. Daddy's working, okay? I love you. Mwah. Thank you. Okay. So what I want to do is I am going to take you through the process of what I do to edit videos, okay? So the particular video that we're going to be editing today in this stream is going to be my Gears of War Insanity video. So you guys are going to get to see the process of kind of what I do when I'm trying to edit something. What's up, Drayden? How you doing, bud? Welcome to the stream. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Let's see, the video itself is actually 3 videos. So what I usually do, and this is how I pretty much do it, is you see right here, I've got my Gears Insanity. So this is what me and a good friend of mine, Vic, did just last week. We streamed this game, and we're going to take that footage, and I'm going to make this into one video of the entire Insanity run. Now, if you remember, there was moments during this live stream and stuff where I think the game crashed or we died at certain checkpoints. That kind of normal thing that you do, the stuff that you want to edit out when you're doing a walkthrough. It's also showing where all of the cog tags are. So it's a strenuous process. Now, you'll also notice that that I took out all the commentary in it because this is going to be the Insanity run with no commentary. If people want to watch with commentary, it's very easy to add commentary after the fact if I needed to explain something. But for this one, we're going to do no commentary. But I can show you what it would be like if I was actually doing commentary so you guys can see. Now, I'm a very simpleton when it comes to editing and stuff like that. So just trying to give you a glimpse of what the footage looks like. Now, there is a little problem that I have with this is one thing I forgot to realize is that I had ducking on. So ducking is a process that you can use in OBS, which takes your mic and whatever audio source you want, and it lowers the audio source so that your mic comes through more. I'm using the ducking right now in my stream. So if I was playing something, it would be lower than my voice so that you guys could hear me. Well, when this comes to the recording, all you do is you hear this little strange noise. You see how it gets lower and then comes back?
Take cover.
Think about it, like every time that during the live stream I spoke, right? It's essentially saying and coming back. So that creates a little bit of a crazy problem here, but it's something that I didn't realize until after I was already done recording. So it's just something we have to kind of like live with and whatnot. All right. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and dive into this. So I've got 2 editors that I use, and I don't know which one I want to do. So let me explain the 2 editors I have. First, I'll bring up Resolve. So I bought Resolve about 6 years ago. Somewhere around in there. DaVinci Resolve is, in my opinion, the best, bar none, editor you could use. Now, it is more of a professional editor. Really great quality. I mean, Resolve is great. It's actually free. You can get the free version and get pretty much almost everything that you see here. The only difference between the free version and the paid version. The paid version is a one-time payment. It's like $200 and some that you pay one time and then you get it for life, right? So the only difference between the paid version and the non-paid version is being able to use your GPU to accelerate the process of rendering the video. So if you want a walkthrough or something like that you're making a long video to render faster when you're in the exporting process, then having the paid version allows you to use your GPU. Whereas the other version doesn't allow you to use your GPU. It just uses software, and it could take a little bit longer. And for me, when you're editing long videos, you want them to be done short. But I'll just kind of show you the difference in these things. As you can see, here's some of the things that I've edited with DaVinci Resolve. Like my last update I did, the Eric's Home walkthrough I did, the Factor 75 video that I did, some Death Stranding 2 stuff, Assassin's Creed Shadows, the GoldenEye. That's kind of what I've used for this process here. And we'll just call this Gears Insanity. Looks like there's also another update, so I'll download that update, but we're not going to use it just yet. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use this Resolve or not, but I want to show you. And I have nothing against Resolve. It's great, but it doesn't have a lot of really cool features that a lot of new modern editors are coming out with. And those are things, hey Reaper, what's up? Those are things like just, easier titles and fun things that you can put on the fronts of videos and other things like that. You'll see that this doesn't have it. So essentially what I do is I put it in the timeline. That's the first video here, and it'd be like this. And then you just go and you wait until you find where, like if you remember at the very beginning, luckily it's starting up pretty easy, so I don't have much to do. So what I do is I would show, okay, yeah, pretty much like this. So I'd start from right here, pretty much the very beginning. Well, thanks for being here, Reaper. I appreciate you. And show like, all right, so I'm running the game in 4K so people can see what I'm running the game on and what the quality settings are. So this would probably all stay in. Insane. And then I would pretty much take this. Right there, and then I would cut here. You can see I use the cutting tool there. You can make this smaller so that way you have more room in your timeline, and then you can move that over. I'd cut from there all the way until the beginning right here. And then what I usually do is put some type of transition. So I'd go to Effects, and then I would go to Audio Transitions, Crossfade right here where the audio is, so that it blends. Nice and smooth. And then it just gets right into it. Now, I'll save that right there, even though I know I didn't really do much, but I can exit it and I can show you the other editor that I use. Now this one actually costs about $15 a month. The reason I do like to use CapCut is because it's very beginner friendly, and a lot of the edits that I do are very simple. So you can see some of the latest things. Like when I edited the Metal Gear Solid Delta Foxhound thing, I edited it with this. The Mafia videos, Death Stranding 2, The Altars. You can see the 2 walkthroughs I did with Deliver Us the Moon and Fort Solis, I edited with this. And I'll just show you kind of how that works here. So this is pretty much the same thing. What you want to do is always go to Modify, because I always record in 4K. Now this stream is only in 1080. I just made it easier for people to be able to chat. So I took the quality down so that the lagging wasn't as much. Gears Insane. And that's good there. And then I just grab that video again, bring it into here, and I'll show you why I like. Now there's some drawbacks to going with CapCut. My biggest drawback for CapCut is that you can't blend audios together very well. So whereas on Resolve, you saw that I just went to transitions and I just took an audio transition and I just transitioned it and put it in between the two clips. Well, you can't do that in this. For some reason, CapCut doesn't allow you to blend audio. So there's different things you have to do when you're skipping from one part of a video to another. And sometimes you can get the effect of it not working correctly, which is why Resolve is so good, because it's just a basic thing that every editor should have. And it doesn't on CapCut for some reason. But what I really, really like about this, hey, Corey, what's up? What I really, really like about CapCut is it allows me to have so many different effects, text templates, captions. You can do captions in Resolve as well. So, I mean, but this is laid out so easy. You got templates. So, you know, like if I wanted to do a title, you know, in front of the video or something like that, you know, you got these really easy things that you can put up there. I mean, super, super easy stuff. And some of them are pretty cool. Basic and simple. You know, like little flashy stuff that you could do. And these are just, you could do retro ones. There's just so many options for you to be able to use, which is really cool. I like this kind of retro vibe here. But I will say that for the sake of, and also the rendering this is so much faster. Like I could take this entire playthrough, which is probably, I say a total of four hours long, and I could probably edit it in 30 minutes, or not edit it in 30 minutes, but render it in 30 minutes. That's because it renders and edits and exports a lot faster than Resolve. That doesn't necessarily mean it's better. It just means that if you have a long, super long video and you need to render it, and something's going to take significantly shorter amount of time. But the problem is if you have a lot of cuts in your video that you need to make because you've died a lot or it crashes or something, then sometimes that audio transfer, like look here, right? Here's a portion in this video that I paused for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but we paused for a good amount of time right here. At least a minute or two. We paused right there. So, like, for me, what I would need to do is I would come up to here. And then right there. Okay, so I need to go to the point of where it's stopped. So right there is the last frame, because then the next frame, it's paused. So I would do this right here where I would split the video, and then I'd find the portion right where I came back. Right there. So here we go. There's the first frame back. And then I would split, do this, and just hit delete, right? And then so it brings those both together. Well, now let's see how the sound transitions. Did you hear that? You hear that pause, stop? You hear that just a little bit, right? There's really no way to fix that. There's no way in this editor to fix something as simple as an audio transition. And that sucks. So the best that you could do for that is, I think you can make audio waveform size 60%. There we go. The best thing you could do for that is either to do like a little audio transition thing like this. So it goes down, then it goes back up. And that just doesn't, I don't like that. You know? So another thing you could do would be to separate the audio. And you can separate the audio of something. So let's say I wanted to keep that one, but I wanted to move this one into a new audio. So I would need to separate the audio here, but I don't actually extract the audio. There we go. So now the audio is in its own waveform, and I can move it freely outside of the video. There's ways that you can do this. So you could set it to where it overlaps a little bit, so that it's less of a thing, but I'm not a big fan of that. So when I know I have a lot of cuts, I don't want to use CapCut. It's just not something that, in my opinion, is good to use. And it's a lot of AI. They do a lot of AI stuff. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do, but Resolve is like, if you want something done professional, good. Hey, Renee, or hey, Angry. I really like this. So for instance, where's that same exact part that I was just talking about? Right here, right? So we find the point. Just like before. Right? There's the point. We cut it, and then we go all the way to the point of where it comes back. Right there. Right there. Now, what we do is the same thing. All right, so this is what it would sound like earlier. You'll probably hear a little weird thing, just like you did before. So you still hear that little thing right there. But this is what I can do. I can fade. And now what you'll see, now this has a fade, so it blends the audio together. And you don't hear that anymore. So now, look at that. You can't even tell that, you know, maybe some of you that are really, really good at, have a keen eye, will be able to tell that there's a complete edit right in there. But for the most part, you can't tell. So that's one of the reasons that I really, truly, truly love to use Resolve, just for that one little simple feature. And I can't believe CapCut doesn't have that feature in there. All right, so before we do this, before we take on this and start editing, what we need to do first is we need to make a video. So we're gonna the videos that we use, of course, is here. There you go. It is Canva. So what I do is I come out here. We're gonna go to Home, and obviously, I'll need to look for this one because I'll use that at the very end, but I need an intro. So where is my normal intro that I use? Terminator intro. I thought I did a new intro recently. I guess the newest one I did is right here. All right, so I'll just take this one. Okay, so this is one of the intros. Okay, so there's a few things I need to do for this. So obviously we don't want Death Stranding to be up there. So what I want to do is I need to file and make a copy because I don't want to use the Death Stranding 2's one. I want to use my own. So we go here and then we 100% guides and walkthroughs. Okay, so I know that this is a insanity or insane walkthrough. And then down here I can put all cog tags. All right, so now we need to take this off, and then we need to find a Gears of War Reloaded logo. And hopefully, yes, perfect. There's already one that has the circle. These are my favorite. You can also use ones that are like this, and then you can create feathering around it, so you can turn it into like a, it has feathering. So let's see which one looks the best. So let's copy this one first and see. Copy image. Paste. Okay. Now let's do some corner rounding. And let's see how that looks. Okay, that's not too bad. Now let's say we did this one here. I like this one a lot too. So let me take this image, copy image, go over here. Let's try this one. Now that one's not bad at all either. Hey Jason. Yes, we had a good weekend. I hope you did as well. All right, so I think I like that one more. Now, if there's a way that I could make this like animate or something, that would be really cool. Like give it a shake, a zoom, a rattle and roll. Ooh, that one's pretty cool, like an old TV. Chroma wave, reveal, ink. Oh, that's pretty cool. Digital. Gradient, sketch. It's like someone drawing it in. Spray paint. And then you got your normal, regular ones. You can give it a little bit of a flicker. Kind of gives it a cool, a wiggle. I kind of like that one. All right, so I want to do... No, you want it to be slow. That's pretty cool, but maybe not too slow. That's cool. All right, I like that one. So now what happens when we play it? This is Canva. Nice. Now, I want to make the all cog tags a little bit bigger. I think that deserves to be just a little bit bigger. That way it's easier for people to see. And we can even make Insane Walkthrough a little bit bigger as well. Can't go too big because it'll then... All right, so let's see. Perfect. Okay, so now what I need to do is we're going to go back to YouTube. We are going to find Gears of War music. So Gears of War main theme. Okay, I like that one a lot right there. So I'm going to copy this. I've got a 4K YouTube video downloader. So what I do is I just hit paste link. Give it a second. It's parsing. Just to remind me later. Okay. Now, what all I want to do is I just want to take the audio. I don't need anything else but the audio. So I'll just do the MP3. We'll see 4.2. MP3 is 4.2. So we'll just do the MP3 and save it. Gears of War main theme. So it's converting and downloading. All right, so I got the music. So then what I do here is we need to rename this to Gears Insane Intro. Okay. And then I want to take out the music that's in there. And now that I have the music, we're going to go to Uploads, Audio, and I'm going to find the video of what I just used. Video, here we go. So I'm looking for Gears of War. Main theme right there. Okay. All right. So now I added that. So we just need to find the location because right now it's going to be on music that's... That's not bad music or anything, but it needs a little bit more oomph if it's going to be on here. So what we do is we just locate where that... And I think it's going to be more... Let's try here. I think I may have passed it. I'm still trying to get used to using this. This is the only thing I don't like about this is it becomes, I can push it this way. But then it starts, for some reason it starts to get weird and I can't control it anymore. So I'm still trying to get used to all of this, but I'll need to delete it and then put another one back in there because I don't know exactly where. See what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to locate. See what I mean? It's instead of it grabbing the music, it's not grabbing the music forward or backwards. How do I get the music to go forward or backwards? I'm trying to grab this and move the music. There we go. Nope. See, it's still not doing it. See, I don't want it to do that. The music's link's like 4 minutes and something seconds, but for some reason I can't, it's not letting me just grab the music. Like, is there anything? I don't know what else to do here. It's not letting me grab it. See, it just... It's like I want to change the part of the music where the length is. So I want to keep the length at 10.2 seconds, but I want to change the place on the track of where it is. But as you can see, it let me do it at first, and now I can't do it. It's just not, yeah. It's not letting me do it anymore. That's not a bad thing right there. I don't mind that music, but this is not it. This is, I've been able to do it before, but for some reason it's given me, I want to move just what is inside the Gears theme here. And it won't let me do it. It just will not let me do it. But here, let's go beat sync. We'll just have that on there, even though I wanted the more iconic theme. It stopped allowing me to be able to do it. So let's see what this sounds like. Now you notice how everything is in sync here, but it doesn't, I don't think it looks as good. Dun, dun, now. I mean, that's okay. It's fine. I'm thinking too much. Fade, not split, not. I know there's a way to do it. It's fine. It's totally fine. So here's the preview. Yes, we're gonna, yeah, of course. I always do that at the end. Yeah, fade in about 0.8 seconds and fade out 0.9. Okay, that's good. Share, download MP4, and it's in 4K, so I'm going to move it to 4K. You have to make sure, select all pages together. Done. Okay. All right. So the first part of the intro is done. Got my little happy drink here, so good happy drink to all of you guys out there. All right, so that'll take a little time for it to get done. Again, all I wanted to do was to move this, and it just will not let me. There we go. Now it's letting me. Maybe got to double click? Who knows? There it goes back to not doing it again. There it goes. Yeah, I don't know. See, that's where I want it. What about like here? Yeah, see, that gives it more of a oomph. Ella, I need you to go, baby. I'm working. Okay, I gotta go get mommy.
No.
I love you, honey. I gotta work, baby. It can be really hard to work sometimes with that lovely girl. I like that one. Yeah, that's short, sweet, and I think that's a good spot. So, there we go. That'll be the one, I think. I think that's better. All right. So, I've got the intro. So now, once that's done, then I can put that on the front of this, and then we can start our editing process. Okay, every time I see a cog tag, I need to create now a thing for the cog tags. So if I go, let's see, effects, titles. There's one specifically that I like to use. It's, I believe, is it? No. There it is. I think it's this one right here. All right. So this is where we'll be picking up our first cog tag. This takes the longest to edit it, just so you know. Right there. Okay. All right. So when I do this, we can take the one thing. This is what's really great about this. So this is the placeholder of that PNG. So if you remember, we finished this and then we had the Gears of War thing here. So if this is a true, it is. So I need to actually save this time and download it. Okay. Now, when I go in here and I go to browse, I go to downloads, and then I find it, and then there. Now we place that in there. Perfect. So let's go. All right, that needs to be a lot bigger. The only problem, well, that's all right. You can just zoom, just zoom in on Marcus, and then that way it looks good. All right. So we got that. And now I need to locate the video we just did, which is game intro number 1. Put it over here. We're going to put it in right there. Okay. Gonna grab this. All right. Now we need to make sure that these two come in somewhat decent. So audio transitions, another one of these. And sometimes it won't do it, so it can kind of come up like that. All right, so let's look at the beginning. Perfect. You know what I just figured? I don't really need that intro there. I'm not doing any commentary, so just skip this intro and go straight into here. All I need to do is just pick where it says insane. I don't need to show people that it's in 4K. They'll know it's in 4K. Perfect. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, this needs to come down a little bit. It's got to match more towards what the setting of the tone that we're trying to do. All right. So we've got that portion now. Now we got this.
Delta 2, hold your fire. We are inside the prison. Over.
All right, so this needs to be a little higher, only because it's kind of in the way. So we go over to transform here, and we want to make sure that it's not in the way of the subtitles at all. You can even put it up here. I think it might be better to put it up here. So now we're going to change the title of the text control. So it's going to say Act 1 cog tags. Hold on. Act 1 cog tags. And then what is that? One of 12? Because then I'll have to look here real quick. Act 1 ashes. All right. Act 1. All right. So it looks like we have it goes Act 1, then chapter. So Act 1 cog tags. And then we put the chapter. So up here. Okay, but I want to bring it down. Okay, I think I just need to do... Yeah, that works. All right, so this should be capital ACT probably. Act 1 cog tags. Chapter 14. Make it a little bit smaller because it doesn't need to be that big. It just needs to stand out a little bit. We can make it... I think that's fine. Act 1 cog tags, chapter 14 years after E-Day, 1 of 12. So this is what makes it tough. It's like, okay, so what should I do? Should I put... You can see the process that I go through when I do this, right? It's a process. Because I want it to be perfect. I want it to be as professional as possible. So that's why I'm trying to look at this, and I'm trying to say, well, first of all, that shadow drop angle is really bad. There we go. That's better. So I'm trying to ask myself, what's going to be the best way to do this? Is it going to be to put it like this? Or should I do it by chapter? So if I put chapter 14 years after E-Day, instead of doing 1 of 12, because that's how many is in the total act, I need to do how many is in the total chapter 14 years after E-Day. And there's a total of 3 cog tags. So this would need to say 1 of 3. So let's see how this looks.
Hey! 6-4, this is Delta 2. Hold your fire. We are inside the prison. Over.
Roger that, holding fire.
Okay, so next question is, should I change the color to make it stand out a little bit more? Like maybe use something like a yellow just to help it.
6-4, this is Delta 2. Hold your fire. We are inside the prison. Over.
Roger that, holding fire. Advise you relocate ASAP.
I think that's fine. What do you guys think of that? Does that look fine? You need to put a chapter number in for Act 1. There is no numbers for the chapter, Angry. There's only Act 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the chapter is actually called 14 Years After E-Day. When you go into the main menu and you select which chapter you want to play, you're not going to select chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to select chapter 14 Years After E-Day. Then the second chapter is called Trial by Fire. There's not a chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So putting chapter 1 in there makes no sense, because when someone's looking up, someone's not going to remember what chapter 3 of Act 1 looked like. they're going to know by the name, because when they click to go into the game because they missed something from chapter 3, then they're going to look in and say, well, I missed something from, okay, the third chapter has this name. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's the actual title of the chapter. Now, I wish I had something that would allow me to do some type of no, it doesn't really give me. I think that's good enough. I think I'm worrying too much. That's good. All right, so the first one is right there.
6-4, this is Delta 2. Hold your fire. We are inside the prison. Over.
Roger that, holding fire. Advise you
All right, perfect. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, for some reason I paused here. So what I need to do is I take this here and then I hold Alt and I press it down and it takes it with me so I can make the next one, which will be somewhere over in here. But I did some type of pause here for some reason. All right, right there. So I want to take out that pause. You don't need that pause in there. And then what do? I bump this up and then I go audio transition and then I add that. There you go. So now it doesn't look like I stopped for a long period of time. All right, so let's do it right here. This will be number 2 of 3. Same chapter, so just put that there. All right, and then the third one is outside. Okay. All right, I'm gonna start from right here. And this will be number 3.
It's over. Let's go. Negative. We are also taking heavy fire. Stand by.
Perfect.
Coming. Now.
Okay. Okay, we did another long pause stop there for some reason.
We gotta move to the Raven now. Go.
Oh, that's because it was a... All right. Oops. All right, should be smooth.
Go.
All right, and then the cinema starts. Now, we screwed up here All right. As you can see, the thing got messed up, so I need to find out exactly where it starts back. Perfect. Starting here. Okay. Right there. All right. Where did it go out? Right there. Okay, and we'll just do one here, even though I don't think it's going to need it. Perfect.
Welcome to Delta Squad.
Where are we going?
Embry Square. Colonel Hoffman's waiting for us.
All right, so now we're in the next chapter. We looked around like idiots thinking that it was here, but it wasn't. All right, I take way too much time sitting here doing all of this. All right, so right here, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to skip ahead. Okay, so that's it for that. Good. All right, so now we can add the second part, which was right here. So we'll just do it right here. Put a nice crossfade there, which should give us a little bit of leeway when it comes to it looking weird. I can do a transition here if I want. I don't know if I need to or not. Let's see.
Get up those stairs. Alpha's waiting.
Yeah, see, that's kind of a big cut. So we'd want to do a video transition here. Normally, I like to do dip to cross dissolve because it provides a black screen immediately into, so it's like this. Uh-oh. My computer didn't like this.
Alpha's waiting.
There it goes. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that worked just fine. Always make sure you're saving every now and then, too. All right. There we go. All right, right here. Rewind far enough back till we can take this guy, move it forward. Now we are in a new act and chapter, or excuse me, same act but a different chapter. This one is called Trial by Fire, and there's there's just two in Trial by Fire. Okay, and this one is called Trial by Fire. There we go.
We should remember the dead.
Perfect. All right. First one's done. Second one. Yep. Now I have to check for deaths because we were editing out deaths as well. Okay. So we can zoom in on here to make sure we get the timeline correct. And this one is 2 of 2.
We should honor our fallen comrades.
All right. Moving on. Just remember, you're taking the previous one with you. Okay, we stopped here for some reason. So this one's called Fish in a Barrel now. Right there. See, you didn't even see it.
Oh yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, right here. So this will go right here. And this was called Fish in a Barrel. And there's a total of one, just one. So you guys are seeing the long, you can import media straight in. Yeah, I know a lot about DaVinci Resolve, man. The reason that I don't have the media pull up is because I want the effects up. So I'm just pulling it in straight into here. But yes, if you go to your media pool, you can just do like every other editor and put your videos in here. But I'm keeping my effects tab up because I want to be able to just smoothly, go across. So you can either have it up this way or whatever other way. There's multiple ways you can do things. I'm pretty familiar with the basics of Resolve, so you don't need to worry about that. I said there was just one. Now we need to account for any deaths. So I do believe there's a few deaths here.
Looks like we need to split up.
All right, so let me get the motion of when. Let me see here.
Phoenix, you and Carmine will go right. Dom and I will go left.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. See that nice little transition right here? So right there, because I do believe we. Oops.
I will go left.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes I forget it's not CapCut. Put it right there. Might not die here. Yep. Oh, but it does a checkpoint there. Okay, so this one I can just erase what I just did because I don't need. I don't need this one right here. No, I do need that one. I don't need the other one. Perfect. Yeah, this works. Okay, so right there is the first death. So let's say we took it from here as I'm going through the room. So I'm going to set one up right there. Now, where earlier was that? Oh, he died right here, so I didn't even make it that far. So it's going to have to be about right here. Okay. So it's going to be a little weird. It's just, unfortunately, it's not a very good spot. Unfortunately.
Bang, okay?
Well, bang, okay? Thank you for subscribing, Amir. I appreciate you. So this is going to be a little rough around the edges, but let me see how it looks.
It's around the corner.
That's not too bad.
On the right.
I just need to put a crossfade in there.
That's around the corner.
With a spotter. On the right.
Take him out first.
I'll take. Those. I'll take those.
See, that's not too bad. All right. This is called Knock Knock.
Form up.
All right. Knock knock, and there's a total of just one.
Form up.
All right, I don't know if I die in this one or not. I guess we'll just... All right, so no deaths. Don't forget to bring your buddy along with you. Man, we stopped a lot for some reason. I don't think it's because of achievements, but maybe it was. Because achievements weren't really showing up.
Go.
Alright.
Hey, Marcus, remember? Division playoffs? 40-yard line?
I remember you owe me $20.
Oh, yeah? See me after the war.
Alright, I believe the first call tag should be up here. All right, the name of this one is called Hammer, and there's a total of 2.
The hell was that?
Okay. I think we do die here. There.
Stay vertical.
Hold here. Check. Deep.
The hell was that?
All right, moving on.
Stay vertical.
Really, this whole process is just going through.
Get her into you. Hold it.
Gotta move! Alpha's waiting!
And we can make this one last a little bit longer so that it reaches. At 11 seconds. This one is from, this is still the same hammer.
Oh yeah!
go.
Is this?
Nice. All right, so that's the last one in that one. China shop. There's a total of 1, 2, 3 in China shop. But you got to remember, I'm editing out deaths and anything that takes us too long so that it's smooth. So because of that, we have to skim through every little piece of this.
Yes.
Okay, literally from the start. This one is called China Shop, and there's 3.
Shit.
All right.
Move out. Shit.
There we go. All right. I don't think we'd actually die in this section here, so that's good. Okay, where did we get the second one, though? There it is, right there. Two. No, this is not YouTube editor. Okay, so let's go right till there. All right, so there's one left. All right, guys. Act 1 is done, baby. You can see how long it takes. You can totally see just how long it takes, man, to edit this stuff. And I wouldn't be any faster if it was... Now, this, I remember, I need to stop it here because we screwed up big time here. Took us a few times because we were looking for collectibles and we got kind of lost in the game a little bit. Okay, we're still trying to figure it all out here. Okay, that's the one.
Plan? What plan? You don't have a plan. You're just talking shit. Plan. Just wait and see, asshole.
Okay. Right there. So cutting all of this out. Make sure everything lines up good. Perfect. Can't even tell the difference. We are now currently in Act 2 called Nightfall. And there's a total of 3 in Chapter Grist. Ooh, thank you guys. I know this is so boring for probably a lot of you, but there are some people out there that like to know the processes of stuff. And so this is just my chance of being able to stream and communicate and talk to you guys while at the same time getting some stuff that I would never normally be able to get done because I don't have the time. So we're not going to do this all the time, but every now and then when I need to edit something or I want to do a behind the scenes look at something, then I think these streams can be just interesting just to sit around, relax, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm all with you too. It's boring work to go back and edit everything you're doing. See, it becomes an art form after a while. You get used to it. You get better at it. Okay. All right. Making our way through. We're an hour and 30 minutes into the walkthrough now. Let's take the next one and start the process. Right there, this is 2 of 3. Okay.
I don't look like
And 3 of 3 in grist. All right, next one. Oh, wait. Yep. 2, 3. Next one is called Lethal Dusk. Okay. All right, so this one's called Lethal Dusk. The first one is going to be in that little shed thing, okay? Make sure you're always saving because it doesn't do auto saves. in Resolve. Excuse me. Right there. This one's called Lethal Dusk, and there's 1, 2. All right. When's the next one? Dawn with the flashlight. Okay. All right, so I died there. So maybe when coming through this door there. See how good that is. That's not bad. Can't even tell. Okay, we died there, so there's a point when I'm coming through the door.
That dealt out.
Okay. All right, perfect. This will be 2 of 2. And that will be it for Lethal Dusk. and then there's only one in Dark Labyrinth. Woo. Hey, Odyssey. What editing software am I using? This right here is DaVinci Resolve. It says it up in the top left here, if you look right up here. As far as how long does it take to finish the edits that you do? Well, it just depends on how long the game is. You see, if I was doing by chapters, I would already have one edit finished, and I would already render that, and I would already put out Act 1. But we're not doing that. We're doing the full game, just one video for the full game. So because of that, you can see how long it actually takes to do it, because this is hours and hours of footage that I have to sit through and do this process with. It's not something that's not just magical, that it just, you know, works or whatever. It's a process. So I knew I screwed that one up. Right there. Hey, Remute. So you couldn't even tell there was a couldn't even tell there was an edit there, so that's always the goal I'm trying to do, is trying to where you can't notice the edit.
Shit.
Ah, yes, we die here. Okay. I just need to find out exactly where the best place to put. Right there.
There's some bad shit in
Kill this guy.
There's some bad shit
Perfect.
in there.
Couldn't even notice.
Better watch out. Huh?
All right, and this one was called what? Nightfall? No, this was called Dark Labyrinth. Okay, perfect. I don't think we die here. Do we die here? I think maybe we do die here.
Where's the junker?
I think one of us dies here. I don't remember.
Where's the junker?
I didn't think you guys were gonna make it, so I...
Shut up and take my money.
Someone had donated during this time. I guess that's included in the desktop audio. I didn't. So there's a few kinks that I need to work out when I'm recording at the same time. I guess we don't die. All right, we got a long pause though.
It's gonna be krill.
Nice. It's gonna make krill. I don't think we die at all during this. No, we never died during this section. Now, did we die? I got down, but I don't think we died. All right, so yep, that's it for that video, I think. No, there's still more. What? Oh, that's right, because I did multiplayer. So all of this is just multiplayer matches that I did. So I can just go ahead and take that off and then add number 3. All right, we're on the final part. But this is a long part. I mean, it's 4 hours long, and it's the rest of the game. We still got 3 chapters to continue to do. And this is also where we're going to start dying a lot more because the game got significantly harder, so... All right. And again, thank you all for being in here with me here. As I go through this, I know most certainly boring for a lot of you, but hopefully it's given you an insight into everything that I do on this channel and the time that it takes me to do certain things. So when certain, community members, not saying in this channel, but when you see people complain, oh, you haven't put a video out, or why haven't you done this, or why have you done that? Well, it's because of just how long it literally takes to do all this. We just got a new follow on Twitch. I haven't streamed on Twitch for a few days because I haven't felt that these are worthy of Twitch streams. These 2 today. However, tomorrow we're most likely gonna be live on Twitch, I think. But then again, we might not be. It just depends because tomorrow is a sponsored stream, and I need to make sure that I have everything works good for tomorrow's sponsored stream. I don't want there to be any hiccups because of my computer or anything, like that. All right, so where is number 3? This is it. Let's attach it. All right, Act 3. Now I got to look at where's the collectibles. Act 3. So Act 3 is Belly of the Beast. So let's take this, and then we go Act 3. And this one's called Downpour, and there's only one cog tag. All right. Maybe it would have been better to make it at the beginning of the cutscene, I think. Right here. Yep, and then end it the same. All right, and then just crossfade like normal.
There, turn that shit off.
Okay, so there's a little bit of an extra thing on the side there. I think I need to take out this crossfade. I don't think the crossfade helps in this situation. Let's see. Okay, so right there. Right there. All right. Now I should be able to put the crossfade back in there. Perfect. All right, let's move on. Chapter 3. Downpour, there's only one.
Shit.
All right, so we do die right when we're heading into the room here. Oh, there's a cinema. All right. Okay, right when Marcus is out of view, we'll do his last face when he's in view. And then right when he's kind of out of view there, I guess. I mean, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and I said this was called Downpour. 1 of 1. All the way in the back. All right. We die a lot, I think, in Act 3.
Now, lights back on. Delta 1 out. On. Delta 1 out.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's grab our thing. Okay, so the new one this is evolution, and it has a total of 1, 2, so 2, and it's called evolution. All right, so this one I'm going to have to really pay attention to deaths, because this, I believe, we might die a few times during. Especially during the minecart scene. Okay, so good so far.
Do we get that sleep?
Pretty sure we die here. Maybe we don't. I could have swore we died here. Maybe he just got down. I got downed. I guess I didn't. I don't know. Oh, it's right here. Yeah. Brings us back up where this little thing is here. Huh. I'm just gonna get it right when we're going through that door, even though it doesn't add up, but right in the center of that door, I'll just do it. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be one of those weird edits. Nothing I can really do to fix this one up. We're just not in a very good position.
I saw something up high.
I saw something. Maybe we could clean that up a little bit. I saw something.
I saw something.
Okay, let's get rid of this one first.
I saw something.
Huh.
I saw something up high.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to really be able to get that. Not with the way it...
I saw something up high.
Yeah, I think that's just going to be the best we're going to be able to do with that. You got to know your limits. You got to know what's working and what's not. Okay, so there's this one. So let's grab it and move on. All right. As long as we both don't go down, then there's no reason to edit anything. Right here. All right, and this will be number 2. Now we got the mine. Now we died a significant amount during the the minecart scene. However, the good thing about the minecart scene is that was evolution. Now it's darkest before dawn. The good thing about the minecart thing is that it's all in one motion. So I could literally just skip to the end of the deaths, and we skip probably a good 20 to 30 minutes because of the deaths that we did. But we'll see how this goes. Okay. So there's that one. Now we're not going to have another one for a while, and we're not going to get past this section for a while. Now, usually what I do is that I can tell when the deaths are over by looking at the audio format. So if you take a look at the audio format, you'll see these little areas that stop. Obviously, those are deaths. So therefore, you know that you can skip those. So let's go until we show up. We do that. And then we get in the cart. Okay, so right there. So we can do it right here. There we go. Now we can skip all of these deaths until we get to one.
Bang, okay?
It just so happens to have a wabang, okay? And that is the one. Yep. It's always funny.
Bang, okay?
Man, you shitheads need to get in your own car.
All right, but this is the hard part is there's going to be some audio. So there'll be some audio differences here, it looks like, but I can skip all of that. Bring this closer. I don't know how good or bad this is going to be when I try this, but
Get in your own carts. No way am I standing next to you.
What? Let's just get this over with.
Let's do this thing.
it wasn't too bad, right? Okay, I'm gonna do it right there.
Trust me.
All right, and then do it right there. Bring it in. See how that looks. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, when is the next? All right, darkest before dawn. So not until we get below. So making good progress. I got to start doing this more when I want to be able to work on stuff. Okay, we're heading down finally. All right, here's number 1. Darkest Before Dawn has 1, 2, 3. And here's the kicker, guys. Like, I'm fully aware and know that there's so many guides on Insanity. There's so many CogTag collectible guides out there on this game that I know that this video that I do here, this long form video that I do, it might not even get 1,000 views, which means that this video here would probably, I'm just going to guess that it's not going to go viral, and it'll probably make me maybe $1 or $2. So think about it. Think about me spending all of this time here, you know, with you guys, which is totally worth it for that fact alone. But the fact is, this video is probably not going to make me any more than $1 or $2. If it gets lucky, it might break 1,000 and get me $3, maybe. Or I don't know, maybe it could go viral. Maybe if we do a good job with the thumbnail or do a good job with the title, it entraps people and makes them want to watch the video. You know, it's hard to say. For one, it's not going to have my commentary, so most of my own people are not going to watch it because most of the people on my channel want to watch with commentary, and that means they'll just check out the live stream that I did. So this is mainly for people outside of the channel, hopefully trying to bring more people in. So the biggest thing that you guys can do, especially for the regulars out there, is to make sure you're leaving a like on it when it becomes a video and it's out there, and commenting on it and still putting it on your computers for a while. You know, maybe put it in the background. You can mute it and allow the video to play for a little while so that the watch time goes up, because it's all about that watch time. Watch time is very important. Watch time is the algorithm god. The longer you watch a particular live stream or video of mine, the easier it has of reaching other people. So whenever, the worst thing you can do, and I don't know if some of you do this, maybe some of you have in the past, but the worst possible thing you can do is to click on a video of mine, immediately leave a like, maybe immediately comment, and then leave. That's literally the worst thing you could do for my channel, and I would rather you not even leave a like or even come to the video at all. Because all that does is tell the algorithm that my video was not good enough, and that brings my watch time completely down. Because then you viewed my video for less than a minute. And when you have less than a minute of watch time, and more people are doing that, then that hurts this channel more than you could possibly imagine. So if you're going to come to show that support and leave a like and comment, make sure you do it at a time where you can actually stay for a little bit, or at least leave it on in the background or something to that effect. Because the worst thing you can do, as I said, is come and go. That's the worst thing, literally. Like, it doesn't get any worse than that. It doesn't help the algorithm at all. It's almost better to not come, because then you're not ruining the watch time. I hope that makes sense. And I don't want to sound like I'm an a-hole for saying it that way, but channels ride and die based off of YouTube's algorithm. So unfortunately, that's just how it is. Well, congratulations on your sister having another baby. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Jason. That really helps. I appreciate you. Ratchet's about to dive into Metal Gear Solid 3 Master Collection using a practice for Delta, even though, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, literally all the same strats in Delta will work, and even more strats will work in the Master Collection. But just also remember that I have a Foxhound guide for Metal Gear Solid 3 regular edition too. So you can go and check that out if you need help. I don't think we really died that much down here. Awesome, William. Thank you, man. Which part are you at right now? Maybe I could give you some extra tips. All right, there's two. For some reason, I do a big stop here.
Shut up and take my money.
So someone must have left a good donation for me to stop for this long. You got into the Fury. It's just, he's a tough sob to fight. Yeah, the Fury is crazy sometimes. Yeah, you have to be spot on with your shots. Yeah. Fury can be a little tough, guys. You just keep trying at it, keep at it, don't give up, all that good stuff. You just finished the Virtuous mission? Okay. Well, good luck with the Gru battle that you got coming up. You got it, bud. You got it. Just remember, all you got to do is get those that stun grenade out, knock on the wall before they come into the room, and take 3 of those guys out real quickly, and the 4th with a headshot, and get the headshot on the guy on the roof, and then the guy on the side, and keep that going. Or you can just hide under the bed, wait for the 4 guys to come in, and shoot them in the foot. They don't get back up. That's the good thing about Foxhound with that specific fight with the Gru soldiers, is none of them get back up. They can't be woken back up, because if they're scripted that once they go down, they stay down. So you can just shoot at their feet and they'll eventually go down. If time is not too much of a worry, then you can just shoot at their feet from underneath the bed. All right, so this one is pretty. There's a little bit of a ways before we get into anything, before we get into the next one. So. Foxhound was the last trophy you need. Decided to do no kills on very easy like me. Yeah, it's a good choice. Your stream helped me since it's been ages. Well, you still have to do no kills on Foxhound, but if you get, but see, doing the no kills on very easy allows you to get used to the fact that you're not going to kill. So that makes it easier when you're going, because if you go through your first playthrough, say on very easy, and you kill everybody and you don't worry about the no kill trophy, then you allow yourself to have more trouble when you're trying to do the no kill than on Foxhound. So it's so much better to get practice and having all of the uniforms from very easy that you could use in your playthrough for Foxhound. So that's another reason to it's just smart, Yeah, you got to play the game in extra time, but the game is short, and it's one of those games that you're going to want to play a few times, in my opinion. I don't think I die here, but we do take a lot of time in one specific section. It like skips ahead here, I think, at some point. Yep, right here. There we go. Now, I will need to do a video transition here because I skipped so much. Awesome, Jason. That's great, man. Glad to hear. Okay, and this is the third one. Oops, I think I moved it. I didn't want to. No, wait. There we go.
Damn, that explains the earthquake. Okay, we're on our way.
There it is. Now, I think we do die once or twice on this corpse ring. Yeah, that's not bad. Well, FSU just got that nice win against Alabama, so you're picking the right school, man. Totally. It doesn't look like we actually die again. We must die a lot in Act 5. All right, we've already made it to Act 5 now. All right, so this next one's called The Long Road Home. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3 cog tags. The Long Road Home. Oh, dang it. I forgot to put chapter 4. Okay. Oh, wait. We're in chapter 4 now. Yeah. The Long Road Home is Act 4. All right. There we go. There's those. That's going to have to just look weird. All right, so this one takes a long time. Okay. All right. Die a few times here. So this one right here. Okay. Okay, so that was the first one. The second one is when we get to that location. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at different things at the same time, so I apologize if I'm not answering you. Dude, I need to learn to not pick the usual teams everyone goes with playing on the ESPN College pick. You just got to use your brain. I mean, it's hard because no one thought that Miami would beat. I didn't think Miami would beat Notre Dame, so I would have easily picked Notre Dame for that one. And to be honest, I would not have thought that Alabama would have lost to Florida State. Not after Florida State's last year. I mean, their record was like 2 and something. So, You really just never know. Those were really the only games that I would have probably picked wrong as well. Knew Penn State was going to win. It was a toss-up, honestly, between my team, Ohio State, and Texas, because I just didn't know what we had. You know, when it's your team, you don't really know what you had because you lost so many starters. So it becomes so hard to say, like, are we going to be the same national championship caliber team when we have a whole new O-line and a whole new D-line and a bunch of new corners and, you know, new defensive ends and a new quarterback. You know, I thought Archman had some experience playing with Texas already, so he was going to come out the gate and start shooting. And I believe Julian Salen's going to be a good quarterback. I'm just saying. But I just didn't know if we were going to be able to pull it out. And it ended up that our defense, because we have Matt Patricia, who was literally the defensive guru taught from the man himself, Bill Belichick, who lost pretty big with North Carolina, but he learned from the old Belichick, or the younger Belichick. So I think we're in good hands as far as Ohio State goes. We're number 1 right now, but I don't like that. I don't want to be number 1. I don't think anyone wants to be number 1 until it gets to the actual poll that counts towards the end of the season. No one wants to be in the AP poll because that doesn't mean anything. And all it does is it can create animosity between players thinking that, oh, we're number 1, we're the best. And then they end up not playing their best because they have nothing to fight for because they think that they're number 1 already and no one's going to be able to beat them. Like Ohio State this week on Saturday, we're going up against Grambling State, right? Grambling is a, what do you call that? It's an all black school. I know there's like a name for that. Like, you know, where Jackson State comes from, Dion, you know, an all black, there's like a name for it, but I don't remember exactly what HBU or something like that or something, whatever. But, we paid them to come in. Right. And I can guarantee you, man, if Ohio State thinks that they're going to walk over any team, that's just not the case because you never know. Look at FSU and Alabama. You just don't know. You have to play every game as if that is a team that is wanting to kick your ever-loving butt, and you have to play that way. So hopefully our guys go out there this Saturday. We have a really good game. We show off what we can do. HBCU, thank you. And yeah, because you got different conferences. You got HBCU, you got FCS, you got FBS. So those are like the different divisions, should I say, in college football. But yeah, it's just like I mean, it's any given Saturday or any given Sunday. You know, my Browns play Sunday. We're playing the Bengals. Yeah, our record against the Bengals the last 6 years has been like we've only lost like 2 games in the last 6 years against the Bengals. But you just never know. You never know. It just depends on if the team is clicking or not, or if Joey B decides I'm going to go out there and score 10 touchdowns with Jamar Chase. You know, I mean, I don't have high expectations for Cleveland. I've learned that after being a Browns fan for the last 42 years of my life. So, you know, you live and you learn, right? All right, so as you can see, we die a few times here. Okay, he died there. So let's stop. Let's do it right there. Yeah, it's not fair. Like it's not fair for any quarterback because of their name to have all of this pressure on them. It's not fair at all. So, but then there's also some quarterbacks that don't they need to allow their game to do more talking than their mouth. Sometimes egos can get in the way. Like, I don't like how they've treated Shedeur Sanders. I don't like how the media treats him. I don't know. Obviously, I know why they do it, because of clicks, because it drives media. It drives money to magazines, tabloids, that kind of thing. You know, the media does a field circus on anything Shedeur Sanders related, and he's our quarterback. He's a quarterback for the Browns, so I want him to succeed. I want any quarterback that is a part of the Cleveland Browns to succeed, no matter who they are. But like Arch Manning too, you know, like they always treated Shedeur Sanders like, you know, he had to be perfect, you know, and if he made a mistake, then all of a sudden he's the worst quarterback ever or whatever. But, you know, they've hyped up Arch Manning because he's a Manning. You know, he only had 2 starts, and it was against very low FCS teams, and he blew them out, of course. So, you know, this was Arch Manning's literally first on the road start, and this is his first game against a Power 4 team. So when you come into the shoe, 100,000 people yelling, I don't care if you're Peyton Manning, his first season in college that he played, he didn't do very good as well. So I never understood why the media hypes all these guys up. And then the moment that they have one game and they don't look like they're going to be a Heisman Trophy winner right now, I mean, it's his first game, then all of a sudden, oh, we believed in him too much, he's going to be nothing, whatever. And I'm just like, you know, then you got the other people out there saying, well, back it up, man, you know, there's too much talk about him. You know, well, you created that talk. So it's the media's fault, man. The media is awful at this stuff. I know why they do it. I just hate it because it just adds so much bleh when it comes to the sports that I love to watch. So I want Arch Manning to succeed, right? I want him to succeed. But you also have to remember that there was another guy on that other side of the field playing that same position as Arch Manning who was having his first start ever in college. Arch Manning had 2 other starts before, so he had something. Well, Sayin didn't. Sayin played like 2, he played like 2 different times during the whole season. Because Devin Brown was Howard's backup. So Sayin only got in there after Brown got his fill. So he never really got to play. So this was his true first start. He didn't give the ball up. He didn't do any interceptions, no fumbles. He played smart. His throws were accurate. The wide receivers had the first game jitters. I mean, freaking Jeremiah Smith dropped how many passes? I mean, you know, it's the first game. It's the first freaking game, and both teams are going up against monster defenses. So give both of these quarterbacks a break and just understand that the first game is not going to be indicative of what the entire season is going to look like. That's why I believe this is a new NCAA. That's why I think gone are the days where teams go undefeated for the whole season. It's a different league now. There's more chances of losing to teams that you wouldn't lose to because NIL, maybe a team is able to have a little bit of money. Maybe they can recruit a little bit better because they have a little bit of money. It changes the game. You're not going to have these 13-0, 14-0, 15-0 seasons anymore. There might be one team that does it, but not more than one team. And certainly it's going to go down and down and down. And you're going to end up having playoffs where teams are like 8-3 or 7-5 or whatever, you know, like teams are going to lose more, especially the big teams are going to start losing more because it's a new NCAA, the way that it's leading into the future. I like that. I don't like the fact that it's based off of money, but I like the fact that it's no longer going to be, if you lose one game, you're out of the freaking playoff. That was just so stupid. Because some teams can put themselves in better situations than others, depending on what their schedule is. So I never liked that. I love the fact that now it's a playoff. So, hey, you go out there, you do as best you can, and you're going to be placed somewhere in the playoff, and then you got to win out from that moment. So he didn't have Jason. Arch Manning did not have a 30% completion rate. Arch Manning had a 30% completion based off of off targets, meaning that 37% of the time he overthrew a target or he underthrew a target. His actual percentage was more like 55% as far as completing passes or not. Now, he had some players that drop balls, but he also made some awful passes. Jitters, get it over with. He's going to have a good chance to come back from that this next game. So. I thought I couldn't jump over this thing. So I sit here and do this for a while. Like an idiot. All right, that's not bad. Yeah, ESPN said that he had 37% off target, meaning that 37% of the time that he threw the ball, he threw it over or under someone's head, as opposed to being a catchable ball. So they try to find different statistics and make them sound worse or whatever, but that's not good. If 37% of the time you're throwing it over somebody's head or underneath them. You know what I mean? So that's not good. He needs to clean it up, but I'm guessing it's just the shakes and the jitters, from, all of this fame that has to come with him. He just wants to play football. Let the kid play football. Let Shedeur Sanders play football. Let the football do the talking, But media's always got to have it their way. All right. Okay, it would take way too long to do this simple task. All right. Making progress again. I think Eli Manning should be in the Hall of Fame. He won 2 Super Bowls. I don't care what you say about anything else, but if a quarterback, okay, can lead you to 2 Super Bowls, and he won those games, no one denies that because of Eli Manning, they have 2 Super Bowls. He threw 2 passes, that miraculous catch, 2 different instances where he beat the GOAT of football. So he should be in the Hall of Fame, and I think he will get there. I can't see a scenario where they don't allow him. I can't see it. He didn't get first ballot, but he will be in there. All right, that's the second. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's only one. All right, I need to go back one. There's only one. One per each one. All right. So there's bad to worse. And then the next one is the couch inside the Phoenix estate. All right. Sorry, guys. I know I'm taking so long, but I'm enjoying these conversations with some of you. Oh, I remember too. I remember when he became a free agent. That was crazy time because I couldn't believe that anyone would want to give up Peyton Manning. And then when he leaves and he goes to Denver, what does he do? Takes them freaking right to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they lost, but he still had it. You know, he may have lost it towards the end. Most quarterbacks usually do. Tom Brady had a horrendous final season in Tampa. Look at the swan song that Aaron Rodgers is trying to do right now. I mean, I don't want him to succeed because he's on Pittsburgh, but I do want him to succeed because I like Aaron Rodgers. So therefore, I'm kind of torn. I hate Pittsburgh because they're my arch rival, but I also want him to succeed because I like Aaron Rodgers. I think he's the best thrower of the football. So, you know, it's like I'm torn between, you know, two things. I don't know which one to go for, but I don't remember if I die here. I don't think I die. I just think it takes some time to get this one. I guess we do die here. All right, so what I need to do is do one right there. I know it's not a perfect edit, but This one takes a while, I remember. Okay. This one is called Imaginary Place. Of course they did. Yeah. Yeah, I know all about that, Ratchet. I know everything, man. Trust me, football is like my favorite sport. So, Peyton struggled in his final year. That was, everyone will say that was not Peyton's best year for when he won that Super Bowl. Actually, Peyton's had 2 mediocre Super Bowls that he's won. So each Super Bowl that Peyton won, he didn't do the best. Like, he didn't have like, oh my gosh, stats during those Super Bowls. But no one takes that away from him because we know just how good of a player he is. I gotta move the next one here. Moving on to chapter 5. I want to say I think I die. No, maybe not. That works. I know, the shoe is a heck of a place, man. Especially for your first on-the-road start against a power school. I mean... You see how that makes the sound so much better when it can blend in? The fact that CapCut doesn't allow you to do that just Arizona plays their arch rivals. Well, enjoy the game, my friend. Enjoy the game. That's right, man. Their defense held. He, in the end, did a great pass for a touchdown. I mean, he was starting to get a little bit more comfortable there in the end, but only, unfortunately, there's 4 quarters and no more. All right, chapter 4 is going to be done. There we go. Chapter 4 done. 1 chapter left, everybody. We're at 4 hours and 19 minutes so far for the length of the videos. So, all right. So chapter 5. This first one's called Desperation. There's just one in Comedy of Errors. All right, so let me get this started. Act 5. Comedy of Errors. Okay. 1 of 1. Let me zoom in a little bit just in case it gets a little deathy here. Cutting out all the filler of us just looking around. It's just a waste of time. Audiences don't want to see that, especially with no commentary. So you got to kind of cut out, you know, any of that filler stuff. And then we're going to add the video transition because it's too jarring to go from one location to the next. All right, we're getting there. Why is that not able to? Oh, that's because that's a video transition, so that makes sense. So comedy of errors just has one, and then window shopping. Oh. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You guys know that that video that you're watching with the step-by-step guide on Foxhound is literally just my live stream. But it's just edited down that each section was the one that we went through. So that's pretty much all it is. It's just our live stream. And then I put my commentary over top of it. Yeah, because when I recorded the video, I took my commentary out and the live stream and everything out. And then I added the commentary in there that specifically just helps. Because if you remember during the live stream, we're just sitting there jibber-jatting, talking, having a good time, and I don't want that in the video. That's why I did the after the fact commentary with a blank slate. There it is, comedy of errors. Ah, yes, this section. This section, we died. The Browns play the Bengals. Yeah. In 8th grade, your gym coach told your mom I would have made a good QB in football, but the downside was the money. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how much it costs. I mean, obviously you have to pay for equipment and other stuff like that. Just like when I wanted to be a musician, my family had to pay for drums and other instruments. It sucks when you want to do something, but you lack the resources to be able to do it. And it's no fault to you. It's just life can be fickle, man. And I wish everybody had the opportunity that they deserve. Sometimes life is not fair, man. I'll start calling you QB from now on. Now, this one took quite a bit of tries. You can see all of these are tries, so we don't actually get it until here. But that's the good thing about this. See how I just skipped out over all of that? And I didn't have to do any specific editing, just needed to skip until it looked like there was no more to skip. So now, there to there.
Let's split up. We'll find it faster.
We'll check the main hall. Dom, head upstairs.
Remember, we struggled during this part. All right, so we should have one coming up. There it is. Okay. What's this chapter called? Window shopping. And I think this one just has one as well. I actually dabbled a little bit at quarterback when I was young, when I was playing, but because of my eyes and I needed to wear glasses, they pretty much were like, you can't be quarterback. So I played defensive back and I played wide receiver, which doesn't make any sense either because I had glasses, but it's a little league. So mostly I played cornerback, which still doesn't make any sense. I mean, I probably should have never played football with my limited vision. Oh. Checkpoint. Going right at the stairs. Okay. This is not going to be a very good edit. I mean, it works. Alright, so this is the part where we die. Although I didn't see any deaths here. So we're not there yet.
These guys, they're taking it underground. All of it.
Tell me you can fix it.
I'm working on it.
That should be a good edit.
Shit.
Yep.
We are so screwed.
Good edit.
something out of your ass big enough to connect two transformers.
Now, the edit I don't like at all is this. Okay. But I have to do this like this. I really don't like this edit, but there was no better way to do it.
Shit. There it is. Now.
All right, so this one is called Jurassic Proportions.
What? Now.
All right, and then we just have the train. The train is all that's left, baby. That works. And just start it over.
Shit. There it is. Now what? Now.
All right. Final section, guys. Thank you all for being in here and going through this process with me. I appreciate you. All right, so there's a total of 1, 2, 3 in Trainwreck. And here's the first one.
Phoenix, Hoffman's picked us up. We're on our way.
Affirmative.
Oh, we get a big one here. Okay. So I can actually go back.
What the hell is happening?
We've got wretches. 4 cars ahead.
Okay, I believe this is the final collectible. Oh wait, no. I screwed up somewhere. Oops.
Sweet.
There we go. All right, so that's all. Then I need to put I need to do a little title here and say that all cog tags have been found. Okay. Well, we did it. Now all that's left. Later, Jason. Have a good one, bud.
I'll take that.
How hard is it to complete noob to AC to get 100% sync in AC Brotherhood? Brandon, AC Brotherhood can be a little difficult. It can take you a little time. It was the first game that implemented 100% synchronization. And because of that, some of the objectives are a little tougher because they didn't know what they were. I don't want to say they didn't know what they were doing, but it was their first time out doing it. So it can be one of the toughest ones to get. So take your time, but always take your time. All right, here it is, the final section, and all we need to do here is skip until we get to the point of where we actually Oh, there's still more to go. Okay, that's why I gotta make sure you zoom in. There he is. So that's the one. Right there. All right. And we did it. Okay, now we need to find our special video under downloads for the ending. Take down the sound there. Thanks for watching the video, everyone. Thanks for watching the video, everyone. Don't forget to click the next part if you want to continue your playthrough. Don't forget to make sure you click the bottom video. That way you know exactly where the playlist is if you need to go to a particular chapter or section of a trophy achievement that we are getting. It means a lot to me to have you all in here. So again, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. And of course, I'll see you next time. All right. So now all I have left to do is to put in a few moments of subscribe here kind of effects under the title section, and I usually go to the bottom. Let's see, there's this one we could use. Well, first, let me zoom. I just like to put it every now and then. No, like, particular places. I mean, at that point, I think that's good enough until the end. And there we go. Time. How long did it take us? It took us 3 hours and 19 minutes with some slow editing of mine. Thanks to yours truly. 3 hours and 19 minutes to edit a 5 hour and 38 minute video. So I'm going to show you now when I, because everything else is good to go. I'm not adding any commentary. This is a no commentary version of everything. So now I go over to here. Make sure it's at least got a save in there. Gears, insane, all cog tags. Find out where I want to do this. What's going to be the best location? 83, 95. It's going to be a pretty big file because of how long it is. Should have enough in D. So I can set it up in D and I can go resolve videos. There we go. That works. All right, let's move this to MP4 H.265 NVIDIA. This is the difference between the free version and the non-free version. You get to use your encoder for, and my encoder is NVIDIA, which will speed up the whole process a lot. This just needs 40,000. And then change the audio bit rate to 160. Main's good. Everything else is good. All right. So go to the very beginning. You want it on the smallest one possible. Well, you don't want it on the, the smallest one possible is fine. Because you can still move. Well, you might want to do like 2 up. That way you can keep moving. All right. So now, this will give you an idea. I don't know. Like I said, if I was to use CapCut, this would actually be even faster. So Resolve takes a little bit longer when you're doing your edits and stuff. So if I was doing this in CapCut, it would actually be a little faster. But let's see. What is it rendering at? Right now, I'm only getting 160, 156. So that's not what I would normally be getting right now. Once I turn off this stream, that right there. Okay, so anytime it does one of the things, it goes down tremendously. And then you see that. So if I were not streaming right now, normally this would go about 330 frames per second. So if this game, if 60 frames per second is 1 second every 60 frames, then that means right now, if you were doing it this way, a 5-hour video would take 2.5 hours, or maybe 2.5 hours, because it's 154. 60 and 60 would be half, so 120, and then another 60 almost. So you're looking at it just over 2 hours if I were to let it go like this. But once I stop the stream, it'll go up to 300 and something. It just can't do that right now because it's processing. It's using a lot of my processor and stuff to stream at the same time. So, but there you go. So there's a little close look, and you can see that says 3 hours and 40 some minutes. Obviously, it's not going to be that long because whenever you go to one of those things, it has to edit it, and it edits at like 15 frames a second. But then afterwards, it goes back to its normal, and then it'll cut back down to 2 hours or so. So I want to say thank you to everyone who came in here. And I know it's not a lot of people, but we knew that was going to be the case. So for those of you that stuck it out with me, thank you so much. I know I'm not going to get any money from this video, so please at least make sure you watch it a little bit when it comes out. You leave a like and you comment and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for checking it out. I will see you guys tomorrow for the 007 first light 30 minutes of gameplay reveal stream that we're doing. I hope to see you guys there. Love you all. Thank you so much for being in here with me. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Evermute. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Ratchet. Thank you, everybody that was in here. And even if you weren't talking, thank you. Love you guys. Thank you, Bonza. Love you all, and take care of yourselves. Peace.